All right. Basically, this area up here that we hit was an order block, so that's where that rejection comes. We're kind of trapped in between two order blocks, a bearish and bullish order block here. So that's kind of what's causing the back and forth here at the moment. Da, 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 da. I don't know if we get back through that order block here. Let's see if we push through what 38. Make it a continuous push here, or it could just be a bounce off of 35. Hopefully everyone had a decent, okay trading day. Um, let's see here. Make sure everything's working properly. I think it is. Yeah. For longs, we would, oh, man, it's almost like you would need to get back above 81 because I feel like anything between here and up to 81 is just going to be a lot of like back and forth. So it's going to make it super tough. Super tough to get up there. We have like order blocks on both sides. And plus, tomorrow was not for payroll. I mean, unfortunately, we done missed most of the big movements this evening. I feel like I'd have missed like a lot of the big moves this evening. Let's see. I think we may have already have our trend. See how that's already the 50% pullback there. Uh, all right. Let's see if we get through this here. Maybe like another setup like this where you get this one consolidation red candle and it'll pop up through here. All right, the top of that order block is at 75. So order block just got taken out. All right, nice push here. Let's see. 81. There's your next target. See if we push up here. May even DCA back into this. Let me make sure I'm on the right account. Could come back down to 57. $47 would be kind of the line in the sand, but you would hope that this area I would hold. $65 to $58. Yeah, I know that that 81 could be like the top here for us to have a big move down. So we had to consider that. I knew that 81 was going to be a tough target. I thought we would get one more test up to the 81. Then we'll see what happens at 57. There's your 57. Oh, what time is it? We'll add in at 57 too, or 47, excuse me, 47. How's everyone doing this evening? Here comes your 47. And I might have bought at the top up there. I knew that 81 was going to be a crazy target. Ooh, we're gonna get smoked early tonight, guys. All right, 34 should be another area of resistance. Yeah, man. I thought we would make another push for that 81. We're pushing down into a orders bullish order block, but man, this thing could push down quite a bit. Woo. We're doing good. Unfortunately, we bought. I think I bought at the top. Unfortunately, we got one more bounce here at the 300, 311. I thought we would get above 81. We'll wait and see what happens around our previous day low here. It's a eval. I don't really. I think the most I can lose $1,500 if I'm not mistaken. The 66 150 configuration. Hmm. Yeah, it looks like we're about to create another order block here too. Oh, that sucks. That means we're probably not going back up. Yeah, we're on 25K. We may have to close this. We're already down like 600 bucks. We got 10 seconds on this next candle, so we'll see what happens with this next 5-minute candle. If we start losing the 30,000s, we'll just have to close. Yeah, see, we just created a freaking bearish order block in this area too. Not a good way to start off the night. Man, the biggest pullback we could probably get here is we'd be the 50. But if we lose the 30,000, I think I'm just going to close. Because if we lose that 30, we're probably going back down to the lows. See, I've been buying, selling. Every night for a while, but I still struggle a little bit in the Asia market. Usually I find myself struggling more in the Asia market than I do the New York session. kind of weird, but it does happen. Yeah, unfortunately, we could only probably, if we can't get back to the 30s, we're not going back up. No, I mainly trade all my main accounts in the New York session. Like all my funded accounts and stuff are only in the New York session. I only trade usually my 90% off cheap evals in the Asia market. We hit that 30 to the tick. Time is it? 48? Let's see, man. The most we can get is probably 49 here for the next target up. I'm gonna have to target that 49 just in case we get stuck at the 49. All right. Oh, what it is, we're trapped between a bullish and a bearish order block at the moment. So this could just come back down and just still kind of wreck us. I don't know. Maybe we can try to add into this to add. Let's see. You would need to see the 40s kind of hold up here. '81's kind of the key here, guys. If we can't get through back through the 81, we're going to get stuck and just come right back down. We're back at that one level that I was talking about. We're struggling to get through. Then the next level is going to be 103. We're going to run to a lot of resistance up here. The same place where we sold off before. I guess we're coming back. Okay, Timothy, thank you. Uh, I don't know if it's going to be the 92 area. I feel like we're just going to kind of bounce in this area, but a lot of times we'll hit those 10s and come back. All right, there's that 15 level hit again. The last time we come crashing down hard. For this to continue higher, we're going to have to get a print above that. let's see, did we get the bounce off the 100 or the 93 here? Or the 82? Hundred. All right. I'm looking for it to touch the 93 here. Oh. With 82 been kind of the line in the sand. Oh, shit. I can get tagged in. Yeah, we've tried Apex. I just don't use them anymore. I'm looking for a bounce off 183 up there. We still may do an add-in here, but I like to see this. How have you been, Timothy? Pretty good, Wes. How are you doing? I thought we got in trouble there for a minute, man. I thought we bought the top. I'm not gonna lie, but that 30,000 held, and we hit that 30,000, dude. We done ripped up 125 points off that 30,000. I am looking for a short up there at 180. I'm going to take a short at 180 if we push up to 180. Shoot, I'm over here. I was trying to add back in a couple contracts, but I couldn't get nothing. I like to see the this next candle print above the 115 and hold that 115 area. Oh, let's make sure we don't get stuck up here nowhere. All right, this could be the pullback. You know how these 5-minute candles like to pull back? You really need to see a wick on this candle. Like I said, I am looking for some kind of short up here. All right. Hopefully we got it front run enough that you probably could have got a 5 or 10 points off of that 70 too. There's about 4 or 5 wicks to the downside right there. If we push through 85, I will add in up around like the 200 or something, unless it just goes straight through it. Ninety is the actual target, 90.89, but I'm front running it a little bit. Well, we've already got the first couple little contracts off, so. We just got one micro on it since we. It paid almost a quick 10 points. All right, here comes the actual 90 here. Another actual almost 10 points off the 90 there. Almost 20 points, 15 at least. So if you did take the 90, I would already had all my contracts off. I wouldn't, if anything, hold your runner or just took 10 to 20 points. Mm-mm-mm. 200 will be kind of my line in the sand for my runner also, guys. We just don't want this thing to take off on us because this could go to the top of this order block, which is up at 36. All right, about to have a new 5-minute candle. Mm, we could bounce off the 65. If you get through 65, you should get down to 49. Damn, we bounced right at 65. Freaking A, man. uh, all right. I don't know how much longer we'll continue to hold this since we bounced off that level there. This is just my runner that I have left over. So this could go. I'll give it just at the 2000s or something, or the 200s. If it hits that 200 again, it's probably going to go through. We may get one more 80 touch here. I got my finger on my close button just in case. I got to keep up with time. Okay. Like I said, 200 is my line in the sand here. And we're bouncing off the top of those wicks. There's our 80 bounce. $30,300. I wouldn't be doubted. We're just looking for small pullbacks. We're not going to be trying to hold anything for the long haul or anything. Oh, if we lose 73, we should get a push. For the downside at least. All right. We're just going to put our stop out at 98. So we're risking 16 bucks on the trade. $16. Uh we've already taken the initial short. I really wouldn't recommend shorting now. That short that we initially took, it already paid 20, 25 points. So, or at least 20 points. I don't recommend taking it now. So, The short should have been 2 candles ago. This is just what's left over from my runner. The short was on this candle here. No. All right, looks like our runner's about to get stopped out here. All right, runner's gotten stopped out. All right. Back to sitting on our hands. This thing better not stop me out and go down. Excuse me. That's a long ways up there. You just took a buy? Nice. I'm not looking for anything at the moment. I'm just kind of sitting on the sidelines. We're in a bearish order block. So I'd be almost iffy of the buys. I'm not taking a buy up here. Oh. This was kind of the move we were looking for down to the downside. Here you would need what? If we lose 81, we should get a push to 80, 65s. I mean, I think you're still good on the buys as long as 65 to 70 holds up. We may even try a long out of this area too, just to see if we get a nice reaction off that 65. What kind of that 56 as the hold. But I don't want to risk more than 10 points though. It could even bounce here at 81. Where was your buy entry at, Wes? So, oh, excuse me. We got to be careful here because it's a new 30-minute candle. I'm gonna stick that down there just in case this candle gets a little wonky. Oh, nice. Sick of the price action. What's up, guys? How are you doing tonight? Sure. GX to sweep theory. I don't mind chopping the Asia market. We're just taking entries off either like order blocks or resistance or pivots or so 90 was our last short. We've only been doing just scalping in the Asia market. Just because it's usually so choppy in the Asia market, so it's usually almost you get your like 5 to 10 points, then maybe 20 to 30 on a runner. Mhm. Man, I used to having negative talk. How's your trading been going lately, Bobby? You have 140 as your target. I like the 142. 140 to, yeah, 240. Oh, 240. Okay, I was looking at it says lost 1K on my fundeds, have back all my gains. Yeah, that's the worst. Usually that's why I try not to over leverage none of my fundeds at Miguel. So like my main fundeds, man, I've been trading those since November, December. So we've been trading those a long time. We had a pretty rough May, but we didn't lose our fundeds though. I mean, I for a minute I thought I was, but we didn't. We're pretty close. We're within like we finally got this thing back over the 53,000. So we're almost back to $1,000 payout with each of these accounts. This will be my third payout on this account if we get it. This is the same one I've been trading since November, December. So we've been taking care of our funded accounts. But I don't trade like, crazy over leverage. The key to me is if I take a loss, just put my account away for the day. I don't try to get it back. So I usually keep a very strict 100 and usually $20 to $60 stop loss. I did get burned on a Trump tweet last month where I lost almost $400 on one trade because of a Trump tweet because of slippage. What's up, Tall? Haven't seen you in a few days, man. How have you been? Now, this blast is this pivot level, guys. May get through this pivot here. Oh, all right. Nice 10 points. Mm, yeah, I'm going to add in at 25 here. What's up, Prayer Kid? How are you doing? Now, if I can't get through this pivot, I will close this and just re-enter somewhere. I don't feel like sitting through a bunch of drawdown. Maybe another entry at the 40 level. Whoa, no, why did it close all my contracts out? Dude, I hate when it does that. What the? Come on. I may just short one micro here. You said red closed at green low. We're only in this for one micro at the moment. So we're in it very low. Very low, low. What time is it? About to have a new 15-minute candle too. The 19 and 25 paid a nice 10 points if you're looking for like 10-point scalps, guys. Uh, do I let it stop me out at the 17 and see if we can get a better entry? What time is it? Because I have another level sitting up at 3840 here. I'd rather just try to get a better entry. All right. Back above 20, I'll close. I'm not going to hold it above that pivot. That way we can see if we can get a better entry. There's a wick above the pivot. Where's the, you said you're looking for hourly sweep? Master sell green only. All right, we'll play off the 40 up there. All right, just for you, we're going to Oh, this thing. I just want to sell one contract. Hopefully it doesn't try to take both of them out. Okay. Time is it? 50? Just stick with the New York session. Yeah, I don't blame you there, Bobby. Or PJ Trading. Wait, who said that? Bobby. Yeah, Bobby. I don't blame you. Oh, my butt hurts. Whoosh. What time is it? Oh, man, it's almost 10 o'clock already, guys. Night's flying by. What do we got? Yeah, we got another 8 minutes for that 4 hour candle comes in. We lose the 2000s here, 201s. We should get 85 down there. I just took that wick there. It's been going good, Bobby. Yeah, excuse, I got sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm married. Um, cheek. Excuse me. Man, this thing's gonna run all the way back up there. Oof. Yeah, I'm a multiple sneezer. I start sneezing and I can't stop sometimes. 15-minute low. Where the heck's the 15-minute low at? Are you talking all the way back down to 29,950? Or are you talking about the previous candle at 90 tall? I don't know if this is the top or not. Yeah, we've been shorting up there around the 20. That was my short area. The 90. Or are you just talking about the previous candle? Oh, then no sweep on that first red candle. Yeah, it didn't sweep it, did it? If it pushes back up there, we'll just add in. Usually on those add-ins, we wait for like sweeps or something, then try to get like another quick 5 points. Just want to close out my 20 points instead of just trying to get 30. 4-hour candle. Nice. All right. There's your 15-minute whip at the 90. Nice. So we got the 430 points. I wasn't sure if we're going to get the 430 points there for a second there. The pivot ended up being a nice target. So tonight, I definitely cannot continue trading because I was up big the other night like this and ended up being stupid because we're up about 300 bucks tonight, and I don't want to keep taking entries and getting myself in trouble. I did that the other night too. Green short. Hmm. Two. We're only in this for 5 points on the runner, so super cheap runner. We could just bounce at these 85, 83. Three. These areas here, I'm looking for it to kind of bounce out of these areas and to push back up to that 03. Ah, shoot, my runner may get stopped out here. All right, runner got stopped out. But I don't think that's the move back up, though. It's probably going to wick me out and go back down, is probably what's going to end up happening for my runner. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, it was just my runner. I didn't want to sit through drawdown. I'd rather just get stopped out on my runner than give up a bunch of points back. I wasn't looking for a very big move anyway. I know. What do you think? We're going to push those 30s, take out the top of those 15-minute candles. This is back at that 20 pivot here. And right to the pivot. I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. It's already down 10 points. I didn't leave the level mark for you guys. See if we get one more push. We got 45 seconds for a new 5-minute candle. Pivot's been a nice target here. I was really hoping we could, on the 15 minutes, wick up there above those 27s. We may not get it. Like I said, don't want to end up losing all my profit tonight by getting myself in a crappy trade or sitting through drawdown where push it. Thanks for the likes, Bobby. All right. Let's see if the 15 minutes can just run these wicks here at the 30s. Well, I hope you didn't go short. I hope you waited for this first original short. The original short was that first 19 or 20. Oh no. No, we should have been short I guess a long time ago. This was the actual short entry, this candle here. I'm only going to risk 5 points on this. If it goes above 40, we'll close this. All right, should be a free trade at least. I won't hold this above 40, you guys. Yeah, a lot of times what I do to make my trades free in the nighttime, just look for 5 or 10 points, and this way you can have free trades. Then if you're right, good. If not, it's just a break-even trade. All right, we're just going to make this a break-even trade. That 40 was magnificent target. We brought up that 40 multiple times. That's why we had that big blue line sitting there. I'm almost okay with 30 points, guys, because like I said, it's already like 10:30. Don't really want it back above this 19 or 20 on the pivot. Purple box. I'm just going to be okay with just trying to get my 30 points. The bottom of the purple box would be the bottom of your 4-hour candle. Where did we bounce off over here? Nice. All right. Nice 30-point trade there. Nice. That's the target for that gap fill at the bottom of the 90s. Yeah, that was just that. I wasn't going to be greedy over an extra 10 points or $12. Be like an extra 24 bucks for me. I'll just take my guarantee 07 because I knew we had at least 03 in us. Probably if we lose 03, dude, we could probably go to the 60s. Nice on your short, Bobby. Hopefully you didn't have to. Unfortunately, I hope you had to hold through some drawdown there since you said you got short at 21. Did you already take some profit off, or how did you end up working your trade, Bobby? On your Yeah, I have another target all the way down at 166. Nice. Nice on the 20 call there, tall. I mean the 90 call, tall. Oh, I see. All right, so this is the target that Tall's looking for here. Give me that gap fill in at 55. Or I can't tell where the wick's at. Oh, right there. All right, let me check Discord. I know Timothy put something in Discord a while ago. Hmm, 28, 29. What is going on here? Nice. On your. Dude, does that mean, Timothy, you were long since 2,700 or 29,800? Holy goodness. That is pretty wild. It's green again. Short the green. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Yes, what, oh 07? Give us about 5 points. Like I said, I won't let this go back above 10. All right, free trade. So it's already a free trade for me. As long as I hit that first target, it's pretty much a free trade. 68. I will just play 75. We'll just shoot 22 for 20 points. $68. If I had to pick a target, 60 to 50s will be your target to the downside. If you willing to hold it. We've had some decent movements tonight in the Asia market. Could come back up to 99. It teased it a little bit, huh? I thought it was going to come back up to 99. All right. Another 20 points. Remember, guys, I don't like to fight whole numbers. That 75 is another whole number. So most time you get a little bounce there off the 75. That level is also the way up to 73. Here, you want to see a pullback possibly to 97. To 206. I think that pushed us over 400 for the night. Yeah, 430. Zoom out all the green candles. Yeah, there's a lot of green candles. Ooh. You have your stop at the top of the red, the hammer, the red hammer. To me, I wouldn't want the 11 to get broken here. You wanted to hit that 07, 11, then pull back. Oh, only to the upside now, you think? Oh, yeah, we're getting through those levels. Yeah, we're just scalping, man. That's we just took we're looking for like 20 to 30 points on runners, and we hit those first 5 or 10 points to kind of allow us to stay in red as a break even trade on the runners. This way you can allow nighttime to kind of move back and forth because it chops around at nighttime and you really can't go to break even in the nighttime. So you got to have like some kind of like buffer. So a lot of time we're just looking for 20 points. So that last trade, we just shorted from what 02, 03 down to 82. The only good thing about nighttime, a lot of times, even if you're in drawdown, you can get out of most of your trades because it just chops back and forth. So It almost, not saying 100% of the time, but most of the time it will come back. Unless you get over leverage and it blows your account, which that's usually what'll happen to me sometimes. I don't think I'm gonna take any more entries tall. I think that last short we took from '02 to 82 was probably gonna be my last entry, man. I feel like I've been pushing it too much because I know if I keep trying to either short or long this, I'm gonna get trapped in a trade. And I do not want to get trapped in a trade this late. It's already what, after the 10:30 hour. So my luck, I'll enter this and I'll end up giving all my profit back because I'm cool with watching it. So there she comes. Go fill in that gap at the 55. Give another 80 push here. Hit off that pivot again. There's a Fibonacci pivot sitting at 219. That's what we're bouncing off of at the moment. For anybody that likes to trade pivots, hmm. Yeah, I'm still practicing that part of the trading thing there, tall, with shorting green candles only. That's still something very difficult for me to do. I'm not gonna lie. So I've actually had some pretty decent movement, except for like the last maybe 30 minutes. The movements has been pretty good tonight. My trade that I kind of got suckered in is I got in the long one candle too early, and I had to sit through this freaking big old candle right here, all the way back down to the previous day low. You can see we kind of bounced off that previous day low there before we started moving back up. So I think it was that candle. Pretty sure. Yeah. Not 7:45 my time. Yeah. That was the candle I got suckered in and buying up here. Oh, the previous the previous day low spot is the sweet spot. Yeah, I got in the long like one candle too early earlier when I first hopped on tall because I thought we were going up and I jumped in. As soon as I jumped in, man, this thing yanked back all the way to the freaking previous day low. We DCA'd in. Luckily, we were able to get out of it. We just DCA'd back in, and once we kind of hit that first target, it was kind of off to the races here. So, That was like really the only mess up I think I had tonight. Cause I was like, man, are we gonna get wrecked on the very first trade tonight? Didn't even get out the gate. Guys, like I said, I don't think I'm gonna take any more trades tonight. We're already over 400 bucks on this eval account, and there's really no reason to keep pushing it because I know what'll happen if I keep pushing it. We're gonna end up making mistakes. So we'll be back for the New York session. Usually we trade our funded accounts in the New York session. Not really sure what tomorrow's going to bring. It really depends on how bad non-farm payroll messes up the market. Tomorrow morning is non-farm payroll. We can see what time that is. I think it's at 8:30 in the morning, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, get up there. Actually, non-farm payroll is, oh wait, that's today's non-farm payroll. All right, tomorrow actually, not, so it's going to be at 8:30 in the morning. Yeah, 8:30. So 8:30 will be non-farm payroll. And I'm not a big fan of the market whenever it's open and you have that huge like boner candle out of nowhere and it's just, you know, I don't like to trade it when it's like that. It like I just don't see any structure, so I usually just stay away from it. So we'll have to just see what happens with non-farm payroll in the morning. So just be aware of that if you're trading at 8:30 Eastern time in the morning. So usually you can anticipate anywhere between a 50 plus point candle up to 100 points. I've seen it bigger, but that's usually probably most of the time you're getting that 50 to 100 points. Mm. Tall, I have come to a conclusion that during the New York session, if the VIX is around that 16 area during the daytime, man, that's been kind of my sweet spot for my trading style. So I've been liking that VIX 16 when it's around that 16. The movement is still pretty good, but you can still have somewhat of a decent stop loss. So but when that baby's up there around that 19 or 20, I get railroaded a few times, man. That shit is whipping so bad that it's almost impossible for me to trade. Even though if I'm on the right side, it's just stopping me out. So the 16 to me has been like I like the 16. That 16's been a really nice sweet spot. And see, I've been looking at that every day, since you started bringing that up. And I noticed anytime VIX is up there around that 18, 19, 20, man, that shit is that stuff gets hard. You get like 2 and 300 point 5 minute candles, and just you'll enter that, and your 20 point stop loss would just get hit like that. Ugh. Hmm. What are you looking for? Short as soon as it runs those 40s? I'm not shorting anymore. Like I said, I'm staying out of this market. We may watch it for another 10 minutes or so, and that'll be 11 o'clock Eastern time. So we'll just stay away. Stay away. It's for learning the gaps. And that's the 55 gap that you're talking about back down there, correct? Hmm. I know one thing, man, you can get yourself in so much trouble chasing these 5 minute candles like this. Oh, it rejected the 1 minute gap. Is there anybody in a longer short right now? Or is anybody trapped in a trade? Hopefully everybody's out of their trade, even on that last short. Excuse me. Oh, it's ranging between the two R3 pivots. Yeah, I took the first short up there off that original pivot from earlier. That I'm using the Fibonacci pivots. So my pivot was sitting at 219 up there, 220. Are you in any kind of position right now, Tech? Thank you guys for the likes and subscribes tonight. Excuse me. Those would be the two areas that I would look for, like a little bounce, like 5 points if those areas don't give it up. I think it will because we've already kind of hit those levels once. Oh, nice. You're up 200 tonight. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Well, I'm at 400. That's what I'm doing because I know if I continue trading, that's usually what happens is I'll have a good like first couple hours of trading and I'll just keep trading and finding myself in these entries. The next thing I know, I'm just wiping out my profits. Either that or losing my account. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna take it for what it is, man. Sit on the side. A reverse patterns candle closer. Mm. I don't blame you. Like I said, we're just gonna hang out till 11 o'clock and just see where price goes for a few minutes. Then I'll be back up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So at least this is staying in a range. So as long as you didn't buy at the bottom of the range, you should be good. Yeah, thanks for hanging out night tall and sharing ideas and trades and stuff. I'm still kind of working on that shorting green candles things. That's still something totally new to me. So That's the only positive thing about ranging. It gives you those opportunities to give out, to get out of those. It gives you opportunities to get out of the position if you bought the bottom or if you bought the top. Or you could try to DCA out of it, you know, as long as you're probably not in at a mini, if you enter just on a few micros or something. See the top there. What's that? 12. So 94. No, Shine, I'm not taking any more entries tonight, man. We're already up over 400 tonight on our evaluation account, so I just really have no reason to take any more trades. I don't feel like getting stuck in a trade or, you know, making any mistakes. I feel like we've taken a lot of trades tonight, quite a bit. I don't know how many, but we've taken quite a bit tonight. I think I've only been in one bad trade, and that was the very first one tonight. Everything else have been working out pretty good. So we're just sitting here just watching price action. Excuse me, watching price action probably for another few minutes, and we're calling it a night. We've been on since 8:30, so we've already been on like 2.5 hours. And I have to stream for at least 3 hours tomorrow morning. At least from 8 to 11:30. So at least 3.5 hours tomorrow I'll be streaming. So usually 2 hours on my stream and an hour on my Funded Future stream. So, goodness. Oh man, I cannot stop yawning. Thank you guys for liking and supporting tonight. Hopefully everybody had a okay trading session. Or if you did take a loss, hopefully you didn't really hold it or over leverage yourself to blow your account. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, it's definitely a long learning process. I gotta say, when you first started out, if you can learn to trade without spending, try to spend as little money as possible, because usually that's usually what gets people is spending a lot of money, and it kind of gets frustrating just because you have so many up and downs or changing strategies or you know those type of things. So I usually try to keep it very simple and just trade support and resistance for most parts, or pivots, or higher time frames. Just kind of an accumulation of things. So that's why it's kind of really hard to explain, like, when trading strategy. And a lot of it also comes from watching price action. I spend at least 6 hours a day in front of charts, a minimum of 6 hours, in watching price action. And if you're watching the same market over and over, it just repeats itself. I mean, you get used to the same movements over and over. I understand it's different numbers, but for the most part, it just repeats itself. So that's why a lot of times you'll see me trade hold numbers, or I trade in between hold numbers a lot of times during the New York session, because a lot of times we like running hold numbers. A lot of times you'll hit the 25 and pull back 25 points to the, whatever hold number you're above. So like this was the first break above 200. Let's see where it went. it went to 25. Then the very next two candles went all the way back to 200. So a lot of times what you'll see me do in the New York session, I'll wait for it to hit the 25, pull back into the 200. And once it breaks back above the 25, we're looking for 50 to get hit unless there's already something up there that we're going to run into resistance. And we will do the same thing off of 75 and 50 also. So for instance, let's see. We did not get a pullback to the 50 tonight off the 75, but we did get the 200. What about 90? A lot of times if you hit the 90 to 200, you'll get a pullback to 75. So like this candle hit the 200, this candle pulled back to 68 or 75. So a lot of times I don't ever take the first position into a whole number. I always wait for it to pull back. Sometimes I miss the trades, but it's safer to do it that way. And that's just trading in between whole numbers. Like I have this one guy that's been around in my lobbies forever. That's all he trades is whole numbers. Like he'll just put one micro and just looking for 25 points over and over all day long. And he gets payouts just doing that. But he also does it with the Fibonacci too. Like, you know, he's either buying them in discount or selling them in premium. So if you're in premium, wait, is that right? Yeah. Premium discount. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Everyone have a great evening. If you're continue trading, it's pretty wild. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, we'll be back for the New York session. I have to get back up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning because usually my wife gets up for work around that time. So, and I can never sleep in. So, when someone's up moving around. All right. Thank you, guys. Everyone have a wonderful evening, and we will see you for the New York session.